Hi, it's August of 2020, and the summer destination is pretty much coming to a close here. And, we started out this summer talking about how rentals, most likely were going to be down and kind of what the summer was going to look like. So I've brought Toby here to help tell us a little bit about what investment properties are looking like, what the summer rentals actually came out to be, and what we can look forward to for the winter. So thank you, Toby, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And Toby, tell us a little bit about yourself. How do you know so much?
How do I know so much? I don't know if we're going to start off on that, but I'm going to give you what I do know.
Okay.
Toby Babich, I'm president of Resort Managers, sister company to Breck Living, and known Shannon for many years. So thanks for having me on. So part of my role in town, as well as I'm the president of our local lodging association, I'm also the mayor of Blue River, and I'm also very involved on a lot of the recovery committees that are working through this pandemic. And
so important.
It is, and how to best try to lift up our business community and make sure that we're able to have some resiliency as we move forward. So, overall, we went into this summer really looking at a very bleak picture where I think the town of Breckenridge and a lot of the lodging companies in town were looking at a summer that was probably going to be between 50 and 70% down. This was in March when we started going into the pandemic, and the assumption was nobody was going to come, nobody was going to travel. The good news is that as we've moved into the later stages of summer here, we've actually seen those numbers grow a great deal to the point now where we're looking at, in aggregate over the summer, we're about 27% down year over year. And anecdotally, at Resort Managers and a lot of other companies I talk to around town, we're seeing huge increases year over year every month, July, August, September, October. Us internally for the next 3 months, including August, we're up 100% every month, year over year. So there's a lot of really good news out there in terms of rentals.
That is really good. And so you would say the vacation rentals are actually bouncing back, where that 25% down doesn't encompass like hotels that have lost their entire conference type business that they would normally enjoy.
Exactly.
So that's actually a really good number.
It's really good.
It's very encouraging for investors.
It is for investors and for anybody that's just looking to, even if it's a lifestyle purchase of a property up here, I would say there's no reason to slow down buying properties up here right now. There's actually some very encouraging signs where our in-state markets and our drive-to markets, our old faithfuls, Texas and Kansas
yeah.
and Oklahoma, they are still traveling here in droves. And I don't see that slowing down through the rest of the fall. So it's very encouraging.
Speaking of that, I know I have 3 boys and you have 3 girls. So I know that everybody's getting ready to go to school. Are you starting to see people requesting longer stays and thinking about their lifestyle choices?
Yeah, we are right in the midst of that right now, where I think folks have realized that, look, if my kid's going to go to school online and I'm going to work from home, I might as well be in a beautiful place. So
this is an amazing place.
We are getting, week, 2 week, sometimes 2-month stays of people really wanting to come up here and escape things. They can still accomplish their school and work from where they're essentially living part-time here.
Right.
We're seeing from the middle of August through the end of October really increase in rentals, because I think people are really relishing their ability to escape, because they were not able to do that for so long.
Exactly.
Between March and June.
Exactly. So, Toby, what are your impressions of the winter? I know that that's what everybody is concerned about. What do you see as the opportunities, and what do you see as your concerns?
Yeah, so let's look at the concerns, or what I would call the obstacles right now. Is we really have a lack of information on how this winter is going to look from a capacity standpoint.
You don't have your magic ball?
No, my kids broke it.
Roll that.
They were trying to see what they were going to get for Christmas, dropped it.
Yeah.
But, I think just in terms of how the ski area is going to operate, that's going to impact so many things down the line, just like dominoes. And we don't really understand how they're going to work from a capacity standpoint, who's going to have priority on the mountain, how many people are going to be able to come up and ski on any given weekend. We just have no idea about that. So, the other things that fall down in that course of dominoes are capacity at restaurants, capacity at retail shops, and that all impacts how many people are going to want to come up here for the winter. So, those are some of the limiting factors. I would say the opportunities this year are really what we talked about a second ago in terms of folks wanting to come up here from Denver and Colorado Springs. They're not attached to their office. They're not attached to their school. They're
Yeah.
not attached to any sports because that's not happening much around here. So they're able to come up here and work and enjoy themselves and still stay in properties on a 1, 2, 3 month basis. So that's a good opportunity. A lot of people are focusing on right now are those longer term stays and their ability to maximize revenue that way.
And what would you say would be your best advice for people who are looking to invest in our market?
I would say the best advice I can give right now with the market the way it is and some of the uncertainties moving forward is to leave your options open. So short-term rentals are what this town was built on, what it was founded on. They're one of the biggest pieces of business in the town. But long-term rentals are another option. So we're talking leases of between 6 months and a year. And this would include not only people visiting for longer terms, but also local families that just work here. And in many cases on a long-term rental, you can actually earn more than you would on a short-term rental. So, there are several ways to make revenue from a property in Breckenridge. Short-term rentals are not the only way. So there's really no reason to slow down the investment train. There's still a lot of options open for people.
It's so nice that we can be that flexible and know that there's a market either way, whether you're long-terming or short-terming.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I want to say thank you so much for that information. I know that a lot of our investors are really, everybody's really curious. Everybody wishes they had the magic 8 ball. Everybody wishes they knew what that future would look like.
And I would just say that, there are definitely causes of consideration when you're looking at purchasing a property up here, but there's really no concern right now that I can voice that would impede one wanting to invest here. The yearly appreciation is still going to exist. We have our scarcity of real estate. You have the options for investment in terms of whether you want a long-term or short-term rent. And of course, it's always a great lifestyle purchase. It's always great to come up here and look at these mountains.
Amazing
whether you're making
to live
money
here.
or not. So thank you.
We love living here.
Yeah,
Great. Well, look, whether you're looking to buy or sell here in Breckenridge, there is an advantage out there for you. I look forward to working with you. Thanks so much for your time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.